Hey guys, this group has been recently in the news. They just took away women's rights. They don't care about gay rights, and they do it all in the name of God. And no, I'm not talking about the Taliban. Hey guys, what's going on? Andrew coming at you. I'm going to talk about the new Texas abortion law. I'm really not going to hold anything back here. You know, I try so much to just like be neutral about stuff, or not necessarily neutral, but like try to do it in a very professional way. But this one's really tough for me because I feel very passionate about this, and I'll say some controversial takes here, but I see no difference between the Taliban and the far right in the United States. I think they're just as problematic and just as dangerous, and I really see a lot of parallels here between both of them because both are very, very conservative. They're doing it with religion in the name of God, and they're taking away women's rights. And I'm also just blown away by the fact that every time America's trying to move forward, in my personal opinion, I think that America is held back by Christians or Christianity and people in power that do that. There should be a separation of church and state. Let me make it clear, I don't care if someone wants to be religious. That's fine. Like, do your religion, but keep it out of the political spectrum, keep it out of politics. If you really care about the Constitution and freedom, you should understand that there is a separation of church and state that is not happening right now. And I'm very upset that it's no shock really, like the Trump effect will ripple through and damage the country for years now, and even just the people he put in power into this Supreme Court. And I'm very upset at the Supreme Court for denying to block this law. Like, this has already been decided, like it's unconstitutional. Like, Roe and Wade has already been sorted out. It's not been touched since 1973. It was a controversial decision, but ultimately it comes down to a woman's right to privacy. This new law basically makes all abortions illegal for most cases because most people don't even know they're pregnant until 5 or 6 weeks into it. And this simple fact that people can now report people that are helping others get abortions, and then automatically these people can get fined up to $10,000. It's ridiculous. Put your money where your mouth is. I think if you should report someone, you should have to adopt a kid. Since you care so much, I find it so interesting that a state that cares so much about life is also a state that's really ridiculous when it comes to the death penalty. That's interesting to me as well. I figured out the secret to universal health care and free education in the United States. Just be an unborn fetus in a Republican state. They will take care of you. But once you're born, they ain't gonna give a crap about you. That's the world that we live in now. And this isn't crazy rhetoric. This isn't me trying to be, oh, no, I'm sorry. But the far right in the United States, in my personal opinion, an enemy to democracy. They deny fair and free elections, and they're doing it in the name of God. And it's gotten to a point where I believe it's dangerous. And you have this Texas governor who is basically, and you're seeing what's happening in Florida as well. These people want to be able to run again. They want to be able to get this Trump base around them that they will just say, you know what, screw women's rights. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll just go ahead and do it. And it's so depressing to me that in a country, or literally in the rest of the Western civilized world or whatever, like this procedure, this medical procedure is free and it's not even an issue. But leave it to the United States, which is supposed to be, it's not anymore, but it's supposed to be the country that like other countries look up to. We're supposed to be like the moral police, and I'm not saying we are, but that's always been like how Americans see themselves. Going back in time, I mean, it's like watching Handmaid's Tale. Like, I can't watch that show anymore. I watched like the first 2 seasons, and then it just became like too real to me. And yeah, we are just held back and held hostage. Make no mistake, more states, more red states are going to do this in the United States. Now that the Supreme Court was like, yeah, we're not going to challenge this. This is going to go through. And we'll have to see what happens if a case actually gets up to the Supreme Court. Could they overturn Roe v. Wade, sorry. The issue with that is that there's always been this precedent that like once the Supreme Court decides something, you're supposed to honor it. But given the fact that these people didn't even have the guts to block this, even though it's unconstitutional, like I do not understand, it is unconstitutional. It gets me so upset on so many levels because I care about the Constitution. This is not a law that should be in effect. It is literally breaking the laws of the Constitution right now as far as rights of privacy go. And so we'll have to see what happens there. But if you thought the tensions have gone down in the U.S., I don't believe that right now. And I don't believe what I'm saying is any way, shape, or form like out of bounds. This is what's happening in America right now. And what's so ridiculous about it is that this far right is such a minority in the United States, but they're able to keep so much power because of all the things over the years, gerrymandering and everything else. Most of the country disagrees with them. I would guarantee that most people in Texas disagree with them, but yet on these big issues like this, it's decided. It's decided through the courts, and it just goes to show you how important and how critical a Supreme Court position is. I think the Supreme Court has more power than any president or any other office because they hold these positions for life. And lastly, I'll just say I hope these judges that are in power, especially because there should be some type of a balance in the Supreme Court. You should probably have someone that's not a Republican or Democrat, that's like definitely neutral or independent. You can have then 4 liberal judges, 4 conservative judges. But the way it's set up now, I just don't think that our forefathers, I guess, saw this happening and being a case. So yes, this is my unfiltered thoughts. You know, it's because I care about women's rights, human rights, gay rights, transgender rights. I care about all these issues. And if you are against that at this point, I'm sorry, you were an enemy of freedom in the United States. And I'm tired of these people weaponizing religion. I have someone on my Facebook, I won't like say his name, but it's like, I don't know what happened to the dude. Like, we were friends in high school, he was cool, he wasn't religious, and suddenly he became like super ultra religious. And when January 6th happened, he was there. And now he's like against masks and everything else. And all this post is about what Jesus would do during the pandemic. And I'm like, can we please stop putting Jesus's name into political stuff? Like, this is ridiculous. Just let his own words speak. I'm tired of people saying this is what Jesus would do, because all they're doing is weaponizing religion. It's horrible and wrong. That's my opinion on this. So, sorry for the anger. Maybe it was too much. I don't know what you guys think in Sweden. Did I cross the line here? Do you agree with me? Do you see a difference between the Taliban and the far right? Because I don't. And do you think that they are, I guess, an enemy to freedom? Because I do. All right, guys. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.